Hey everyone, welcome back to the B-Movie Bunker. Today we're looking at another foreign horror film. This one is Strigoi, the Undead, brought to us by Faye Jackson. This is set in rural Romania, and it is the story where you have Constantine Barbulescu, who is killed by the villagers out of what they believe is a sense of justice, he and his wife. Vlad comes back to town, and he thinks that this is actually an act of murder. Well, it's further complicated by the fact that Constantine and his wife come back from the dead because they are Strigoi. It's basically like a vampire. And this movie really explores the myth of the Strigoi, because the Strigoi, it's not just necessarily the typical, Bram Stoker Dracula where he drinks blood. Yes, to some degree they drink blood, or one of them just eats and eats and eats and eats. But the thing is that Strigoi themselves, they're a drain, they're a leech, they're a parasite. Yes, they drain blood, but they also drain the community. They drain the spirit and the joy of the people around them. And this movie explores that really well. However, at times, it drags. It really creeps along at times. I wanted this movie to be better than it was. Not a bad movie. I think some of the things, it's shot beautifully, and the setting, the small rural Romanian town, is gorgeous, and it's perfect, and just it works so well for the movie. And there are some who will complain because this is supposed to be set in Romania, but everyone's speaking English. In an interview, the director actually said that this was a deliberate choice. She herself did not understand enough Romanian, so she hired Romanian actors to speak English in the movie, so she could direct better. Alright, I can accept that. It doesn't really distract me from the movie, but some people be like, why are they speaking English in rural Romania? Don't worry about it. I also think she could have explored a bit more of the, the kind of eccentricities of this small town life. You could have had what I think could have been like a great version, like a vampire type version of Waking Ned Divine, which I think that movie did a fantastic job of exploring and satirizing, small town rural life. But, you got some good deadpan and dark humor in this movie. It is, I believe, supposed to be kind of a dark comedy. And at times it does really well at that, but like I said, at times it just really, really drags. I think if they could trimmed it up by about 20 minutes and made it just shorter, I think it would be better. But even then, still, I think there could have been a little more development of what the overall story was supposed to be. Yes, you're getting the point that you've got, Constantine and his wife, who are these Strigoi, but they also hinted the fact that, it's not just them. There are other people that are Strigoi, who in their own ways are draining the people around them. And I think it was an okay movie. It could have been great, and at times it is great. This is scale 1 to 10. It's like a history class. There are times when you are enthralled because you are learning about exciting things that happen, and you're like, wow, and your teacher's getting into it, and he's making you feel like you're living the history. But then there's times when you're like, oh god, I've learned this stuff 48 times already. We cover this. We cover, the Great Depression every single year from my 3rd grade up through my junior year of high school, and yeah, okay, people were poor and they had to wait in food lines and there were no jobs and blah. Yes, there are times when it's just dull and boring, and then you get excited again, and then it gets boring again, exciting and boring. That's what this is. It's these kind of ups and downs where it's like, good movie, oh my god, is it going to end? Good movie, oh my god, what are they doing? That's what it is. I would still recommend checking this one out. I think it's worth the watch, even though at times you're going to be looking at your watch. But that's what this one is. Till next time, stay safe out there in the wasteland.